You're looking live at the Shakopee Ice Arena in Shakopee, Minnesota for today's Bantam B1 matchup in District 6 action, featuring the visitors from Chaska-Chanhassen. Chaska-Chanhassen gold, wearing their road blue and gold uniforms, taking on the home team from Shakopee, the Sabres, wearing their home whites. It's the second to last game of the D6 season for both teams. Chaska-Chanhassen currently in 6th place in District 6 standings. They're 1 point behind 5th place Minnetonka, with 25 points do the Stormhawks have. Shakopee is tied for 8th with 19 points. These two teams faced off on January 28th, and Shakopee was a 6-3 winner. Stormhawks were 2 players short of a full roster, as Dawson Perry and Michael Asenoff were out for that game, I believe out of town in both cases. And this is an important game for the Stormhawks to stay within the top 6. They have a chance to maybe get to number 5, overtake Minnetonka. Minnetonka has 3 games remaining. They take on one of the Edina teams, then Jefferson, and then Chaska-Chanhassen Purple. So if the Stormhawks can win out with their final 2 games and then hope for a 1-2 finish by the Skippers, they can maybe move into 5th place. The top 4 teams are set in the standings. Edina Green at 1 right now, Edina White at 2, Prior Lake at 3, and Bloomington Jefferson at 4. Those 3 teams, or those 4 teams, are only separated by 3 points in the standings. So those are going to be your top 4 teams. They'll advance automatically to the double elimination portion of the District 6 playoffs. All other teams will have to play at least 1 game of did I say double elimination? Yes. All other teams will have to play at least 1 game of single elimination play before they get to the double elimination portion of D6 playoffs. Starting lineup for the Stormhawks: Nathan Brandon, net, of course. And your forwards: Oscar Weisenen at center, Holden Palmquist at right, Tyler Hrotmatka at left, and then Aiden Girding and I believe that's Josh Lund, your defenseman. Face-off controlled by Hrotmatka, taking off his stick. Now in the neutral zone, touch to Palmquist. Palmquist will cut to the middle, has it taken off of his stick. Weisenen there to keep it in. Now Hrotmatka across to Palmquist, a little bit in his skates, and it bounces into the corner. Good pressure there by the Sabres to break up the rush, or break up the chance. And now a clearing attempt, kept in by Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka fighting through a check, still getting a stick on it to keep it in. Sabres will get it out to the red line, no farther. Stick was lifted, so they're going to waive icing. Late arriving crowd for the Stormhawks as they're trying to get their bill paid at O'Brien's Public House in downtown Shakopee. Weisenen absorbing a check, and the Shakopee player got the better of it there. He went down. Lund fighting for the puck in his skates. He gets it across the red line, no farther, and then flipped high in the air. It'll be knocked down by Girding. Girding will flip it to the far side. Bouncing puck for Spalding. 2-goal game last night against New Prague. Spalding's drop pass to Olson slides by and comes out to neutral ice. Dangerous play by Lindell. Now a 2-on-1 chance for Shakopee if they hurry, but good back pressure by Olson. Shot right on, stopped by Brandt. Clearing attempt, finds its way out. Hokkanen able to get around. Now leaves it for Spalding. Spalding in with Olson, and Olson just a half step off sides. And we get our first whistle of the game. Spalding wins that cleanly back to Lindell. Lindell go D-to-D to Johnson. Johnson coming off a game last night, getting his first goal of the season in the waning moments, literally the last 10-15 seconds of the game last night. There's a pass in front now. Lindell with his shot blocked up high. Lindell tried to whack away at it, fanned on it. Now tipped ahead by Shakopee. They're going to go off to the races on a breakaway. In, shoots, they missed the net well wide, not even close to getting on net. A loose puck at the left circle, touched up to the point, kept in at the point. Hokkanen tried to get on it, and he touches at it, and it slides to a Shakopee player. He's got to wait for them to clear, then he dumps it in, and 4 of the 5 Sabres go for a change. It's a pass. If they had reversed there, they would have got an easier out. Now they're going to have to work to get out of the zone. Spalding trying to dig it out of the wall. Kicked ahead by Lindell, but he overskated. Here comes Shakopee from a sharp angle. His shot misses the net, comes to the far side. Tipped in deep by the Sabres. Johnson absorbing a check, throwing a check himself. Now Johnson around to Olson. Olson's got some ice to take. He'll skate it up himself at the end of his shift. Tried to feed Hokkanen. It's going to miss Hokkanen and go on net. And the Sabres will skate out. Intercepted at the blue line, and Azanoff had not come off back on side, and we'll have a face-off in front of the Sabres bench. $12:15 to go in the opening period. We're scoreless. Face-off controlled back to Biggelbach. Biggelbach with a highlight reel goal last night against New Prague. And another offsides, and Minnesota Hockey, USA Hockey, get rid of that stupid rule. I mean, that one was an automatic offsides, but get rid of the no-touch offsides. Back through the skates of Biggelbach. He'll have to chase it down the left side. Dumped in by the Sabres. It'll be Tyler to try to force it around. Pass in front. Comes all the way out to Perry. He's pushed off the puck. Biggelbach will try to flip it out. Now Perry trying to get around the defenseman, and that's kept in. Chance for the Sabres. Bouncing puck eventually forced out. Sabres regrouping in the neutral zone. Will throw it back down for Tyler. Tyler off the wall. Can't get it out. Tyler getting help from Kurtt. Kurtt gets it to Perry. Perry steps around one forechecker. Now gets around the defenseman. They hurry. It's a 2-on-1. It's going to be 2-on-2. Perry trying to get an angle. He does. Perry in. Perry, his shot saved. Turnaround shot right on, and it stopped. Now into the near corner. Off the glass. Kicked away by Biggelbach, but Shakopee right back on the attack. Backhand shot. Saved by Brandt. Bounces onto the back of the net. Biggelbach will touch to Brandt. To Perry, and now Hrotmatka 1-on-5 basically. Hrotmatka down the left side. He's pushed hard into the wall. Now along the wall it comes. Bounces past both Palmquist and Hrotmatka. There's a pinch there by Girding. Almost able to keep it in. Instead it slides out. Now Lund around the wall for Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka, smartly had to go back the other direction. Now Hrotmatka with it. Has Weisenen. He'll give it to him. Weisenen touches it once for Hrotmatka, and they're out of the zone. Hrotmatka up the left, toe drag around. It goes into the skates of a Shakopee player, then thrown into the Sabre bench, and we'll get a face-off. With 10:24 to go. Spalding take this face-off. Pushes down the center, gets a shot off, bounces through the crease into the far near corner. Girding holds the zone, flips it into Stormhawk territory, then intercepted at the line by Olson. Now off the wall, kept in by Lund. Lund around, gives to Olson. Try to feed it in front. It's off a leg. Comes to Girding. Girding whacks away at it. They look for a tip in front. That's blocked into the corner. Again, these two teams faced off about a week ago, last Saturday night, and Shakopee with a 6-3 winner. There's a pass by Olson that misses everything. It's going to come all the way down into Stormhawk territory. Lund having to give chase. Eventually kicked away by Lund. Tried to get out to Olson, bouncing puck to the top of the circle, and then it slides out of the zone. Go back and forth through the neutral zone, kind of between the two blue lines. Shakopee regrouping. Fandon attempt to get it out. Now a loose puck just outside the zone. They find its way in. Lund will chase behind Brandt. Try to get up around the wall. That's taken away. Then a pass deflected by Lund. That could have been a great chance for the Sabres. Olson fighting through a check, able to get his stick on it and get it deep. Thrown around the wall. It'll be Perry first on it. Long shot, tipped in front. Kurtt coming in late. Now Perry tried to get down to Kurtt. That's picked off. Now Lindell trying to hold the wall. It's thrown out right to the stick of Azanoff. Almost bounced to Kurtt. Instead, it's Shakopee on a chance. They backhanded in. They could have had kind of an abbreviated 2-on-1 rush if they held onto that puck. Now Kurtt with it. Tried to feed it out. Turned it over. Backhand pass broken up by Johnson. And thrown behind the net. They're going to fight for it in the corner. Comes up the wall to Perry. Perry across to Azanoff. He kicked it into the neutral zone. D-to-D pass off the skate of Perry, or off the stick of Perry, then he lost it in his skates. Now bouncing puck to Azanoff. Azanoff overskates it. Got his head up before he got the stick on the puck. Johnson gives it back to Lindell. Lindell bouncing puck. Kicked away by Kurtt. He'll feed it ahead to Perry. Perry. Backhand through Kurtt in alone. He scores! Perry finds Kurtt on the left side. Kurtt goes high over the shoulder, knocks the water bottle off the net, and it's 1-0 Stormhawks. With Kurt's 10th of the season off a nice feed from Dawson Perry. A little payback for last night. Perry got the nice feed from Kieran Kurtt. And tonight they reverse it, and it's 1-0 Chaska Chanhassen. They wave icing, and now it'll be Tyler in the neutral zone. Tyler will go D-to-D to Bigglebach. Bigglebach will flip it ahead over the stick of Palmquist. A puck across the blue line. Nice hustle there by Hrotmatka. Then he overskates. Then thrown in hard. Penalty coming against Shakopee. Wiseman now gives to Hrotmatka. Up to Tyler. Extra attack around. Long shot. Oh, just missed the net. Pass in front. That's picked off by the Sabres and get the whistle for an interference call. That's a call we didn't see last night at all. That would have gone completely uncalled in that game against New Prague last night. And tonight, two very different officials who are, I think that was the correct call. Hrotmatka did not have the puck. Face-off one back to Bigglebach. Bigglebach down to Hrotmatka. Put it off the wall, try to get it down to Palmquist. It's in the skates of the official. Eventually dug out by Hrotmatka. Now down to Palmquist. Now back out in front. Slides all the way out to Tyler. Long shot blocked. And a chance the other way for the Sabres. Bigglebach hustles back. And they never really get a shot off. Pass in front stopped, and it'll be Wiseman first on the puck. Up to Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka, his pass is tipped away. Now almost an interception by Palmquist just inside the blue line. Palmquist with it. He'll skate through the neutral zone. Palmquist going to go 1-on-3, 1-on-4. Down the right side. Palmquist still with it. Nobody going to the front of the net. Palmquist turnaround shot right off the post. Now Spalding coming in quick. Spalding try to give it to Hrotmatka. He does. It's off a skate and in. And let's see. And of course I lose my connection now. Off a skate but not a kicking motion, so it should be a goal. They say no goal. Oh, so they rule that that was intentionally deflected in off a skate. I don't think that's not how I saw it. But obviously I'm a little biased. Olson, his pass, that was the right idea for Olson, but just a good stick by Shakopee breaking up the pass. Now comes Olson. His shot pass misses. It'll be Spalding. Spalding fights through a check, gives to Olson. Tried to give it back to Spalding. There's a chance in front. They whack away at it. Comes out to Girding. Girding, long shot. And is blocked on its way there. And sending Shakopee on the attack. Shorthanded breakaway in. And a good back pressure there by Girding, not allowing a shot off. And then we have the net off. Not sure why they waived that goal. The Stormhawk bench never got an explanation from the officials, which is really odd. If you're going to disallow a goal, you should at least tell the coaches why. I know it went off a skate, but it's impossible to tell if he angled his skate to put the puck in, but that must be the ruling on that disallowed goal. Here's Hokkanen, gives it down to Spalding in the corner. Try to give it back to Olson. Now it's touched by the goaltender, and he gathers it with 6 seconds left on the power play. Shots on the board, I don't know if they're 100% correct, but it's 4-0 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen, and now 5-0. I don't think you should have called that one a shot, but whatever. Loose puck gathered by Azanoff. He'll throw it down into the corner. Perry chasing, we're skating 5-on-5. Loose puck gathered by Lindell off the stick of the goaltender. Now through the skates of Johnson. Shakopee on the attack. Pass across, broken up by Lindell. Then Johnson gives it across to Azanoff. Azanoff in the skates of Perry, but he finds it and skates it up the right side. Perry tried to cut to the middle. He goes down. No call coming. No call should have come. Perry trying to find it. Lost his handle, and now it comes around to be Bigglebach to pinch. Bigglebach will throw it on net and saved by the netminder. .431 left in the opening period. Stormhawks lead 1-0 off of Kieran Kurtt's 5-on-5 goal. There's a long shot by Bigglebach, looking for Hrotmatka to tip it. Gets right on net and makes the save. So good start for the Stormhawks. Whether or not you believe the shot board, it says 8-0 right now. That's a good start for Chaska Chanhassen. They have shown some good jump. There's a pass in front to Hrotmatka on his backhand. Hrotmatka will pick it up. Skater on the left circle, his shot, save. Bounce off the end wall, turnaround shot by Palmquist. And it eventually finds its way behind the net. I'm not sure how that got there. Kept in by Tyler. Tyler felt the pressure, had to turn and protect the puck. And then a nice job of Hrotmatka to realize that Tyler was in a bit of danger there. And he covered him. Bigglebach fighting through a hook, well skated up from his defensive position. Bigglebach tried to touch it around. Now he's pushed in awkwardly into the boards in the corner. Bouncing puck gets over Tyler. And now Palmquist chasing. Across the red line, it comes to Tyler. Tyler around one, but it's in the skates of the official. And that allows Shakopee to go on the attack. Pass in front, tipped away by Palmquist. Now Spalding. Spalding eventually finds control. Fighting through a stick check. Gets it out. But can't find the red line. And Shabers on the attack. The Shabers. Not Shakopee, not Sabres. The Shabers. About 3 minutes to go. Here's Olson. A little head of steam up the left side. Has Hokkanen going to the front. Kind of fluttering pass to the far side. Hokkanen throws it in front. Comes all the way out to Lund. His turnaround shot finds Spalding. Bouncing puck at the left circle. Spalding reaching for it. It's in the legs of Spalding. And eventually thrown out by the Sabres. They go on the attack. Shot stopped by Girding on its way. Now pass in front. Intercepted by Olson. He hits it to the wall. Not out. And a long shot right on. Rebound. And Brandt didn't handle that thing super cleanly initially, but he did get his glove on it before Shakopee was able to get the rebound. With 2:26 to go in the opening period, Stormhawks lead 1-0. This face-off won by the Sabres. They'll go D to D. Long shots off the stick of Lindell. Now to the far side, it'll be Shakopee on it as Johnson falls down. Sharp angle shot stopped by Brandt, and the loose puck slides behind. Johnson trying to fight through a couple of Sabre attackers. Good stick there by Lindell, and then Kurtt throws it to the point. There's a pad save. Puck in the slot, in the skates of Johnson. They're fighting away at it. Kurtt gets into the corner. Now Kurtt with it up to Perry. Perry's got to fight through a check here. He's going to kick it ahead. Not out. Kurtt throwing a check. Now comes to Perry. 2-on-1 with Azanoff. Perry in. Cross to Azanoff. A little too far out of his reach. Now Azanoff try to touch it in deep. Comes all the way around the wall for Lindell. He can't get to the wall in time to stop it. Johnson getting assistance from Brandt saying, you got time, and he'll take that time and skate it up himself. Johnson across to Perry. Perry will go cross corner, allowing Hrotmatka in, and allowing the Stormhawks to get a change behind him. Kept in by Johnson, and then kept in again by Palmquist. Palmquist will kick it ahead to the skate. To Hrotmatka, one-timer is blocked before it got on. Now Palmquist, turnaround pass right in front, and gathered by the netminder. There's a nice little play there from Palmquist to find Hrotmatka in a scoring position, and Hrotmatka getting a one-timer on net. Or at least on its way to net. Loose puck off the face-off. And the Sabres eventually have control. Sabres now in the neutral zone. Going on the attack. Loose puck comes to Brandt. He gets, I think, a piece of his blocker on it. Penalty coming against Shakopee. Now there's a hit behind the play. Hrotmatka, he's taken out 2 penalties coming. We're going to have a 5-on-3 power play here in the last moments. We're going to have a interference call and a tripping call, both against the Sabres. One was behind the play. I didn't really see how it happened. And then as the Stormhawks are going, trying to get their extra attacker, one of the Stormhawks were taken down. Whatever. So 5-on-3 power play. We have 26.1 seconds left in the period. Face-off one back to Bigelbach. Bigelbach down to Olson. Olson back to Bigelbach. His shot. I think it got blocked on its way. Pass across to Bigelbach. He holds the line. There's Bigelbach's shot. Tip. And good stick there by Tyler to keep it in. Then it's flipped in deep with 3 seconds to play. There's a good stick there by Tyler. Otherwise, Shakopee might go on the attack and get a scoring chance in the last moments of the first period. After one, it's 1-0 Stormhawks. Shots 11-4 on the board. The lone goal coming from Kieran Kurtt, his 10th of the season. Even strength goal. So Stormhawks will start the second period with 1:34 of 5-on-3 power play time. What? So this is the second to last D6 game. Stormhawks are 6-6-2 in District 6 play. Shakopee 4-9-1. Stormhawks, again, they are in 6th place. They're 1 point behind Minnetonka in 5th. And Shakopee's tied for 8th with Waconia. They lost to Waconia yesterday by a 5-4 score. Stormhawks have 1 game remaining in District 6 regular season action. That's next Saturday at 11 a.m. at Waconia. Waconia is tied with the Sabres at 9th place. So on paper, Chaska Chanhassen favored in their last 4 games, although they lost to Shakopee previous to last night's game. So Chaska Chanhassen starting the second period with a 5-on-3 power play. It'll be Spalding, Hokkanen, and Olson. Hokkanen with it. Across the red line, gives to Spalding. Spalding gets around a defenseman. Backhand pass across, looking for Olson on the weak side. Shakopee will skate up. Dumped in, off the end wall. Nobody forechecking, so Girding will have a chance to skate out. Gives to, is that Olson? Across to Spalding. Spalding gets around one. If he handles that super clean, he has a 2-on-1 with Hokkanen. He'll just backhand it in. Now off the glass and all the way down. It might go on net. It will, so we will not have icing. Brandt will touch it to Girding. Girding up to Olson. Olson into the zone. Olson will stop and wait. Pass across off of Perry's stick. It's Kurtt now with it. Kurtt out to Perry. He was covered by a couple of Sabres, so not the best pass there. Now Perry try to tip it in front and try to look for a tip in by Kurtt. Now Olson jumping in. Olson coming in front. He's sticked off of it and never got a shot off. 25 seconds left on the 2 penalties against Shakopee. Brandt will stop it, allowing Lund first on it. On through the neutral zone. It's kind of a loose pass there. Looking for Perry. Now Girding. Girding over to Kurtt. And I think he was looking for Azanoff there. Then a hit thrown by Perry. No call coming. And we're skating 5-on-5 as they they kill the 5-on-3 power play. Here's a chance for Shakopee. Right on in front, stopped by Brandt, and he gets his glove on it. I saw something on the ice. It was actually a net guard. So Shakopee looking for a bit of momentum here after killing that 5-on-3 power play. Some good cheering from the stands and the coach's box. Face-off one back to Johnson. Johnson trying to give it to Hrotmatka. Nice little pass to Wiseman. Wiseman off the wall. He'll step around a kind of a mini interference. It wasn't a penalty. Now around the wall, and nice little job to get out by the Sabres. Nice indirect pass. Sabres cutting to the middle, but good back pressure by Hrotmatka. He'll throw it out for icing. That's okay. Good job by the Stormhawks back checking there. The effort has been there for Chaska Chanhassen tonight. They are not sleepwalking through this game at all. I think they know the importance of this one. That said, Shakopee is, although they're lower than them in the standings, they're not a low quality team. You could see definitely some skill out there. Bouncing puck at the right circle. Pushed up the wall. Hrotmatka looking to get it out. Kept in by the Sabres and then eventually tipped out. It'll be Hrotmatka on it. He'll cut to the middle. One hand on his stick, on the puck, still able to get it through. Hrotmatka along the wall, trying to feed it to Palmquist. That's turned away. Lindell now. Lindell looking for Wiseman off the wall, but knocked out by the Sabres. Johnson hemmed in by a couple of Sabres. He'll flip it high. Glove down by the Sabres at the point. He's going to step in to the slot. Leaves it in the left circle. Backhand pass. And thrown high in there. Glove down, and then gloved by Brandt. Not sure what they would have called there if he was able to get a stick on it. I'm not sure if they would have called a hand pass or not. It was an interesting play. 12:03 to go in the second period. Stormhawks lead 1-0 off of Kieran Kurtt's goal in the first period. Shots are 11-7 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. Although I don't totally trust the shot keeper, I gotta say. Tyler around to Hrotmatka. He'll tip it, I think inadvertently, to Spalding. I'm gonna say icing on that, but it was touched by the goaltender. Tyler pinches, keeps it in. Tyler absorbs a check, feeds it in front, tipped high over the net. Now Olson to Spalding. His shot blocked before it got there. And a pass across to Tyler. Tyler, his shot blocked on its way. And a long shot breakaway chance for Shakopee. In. And a big save by Brandt as he kicked the net off as he sprawled across to make it. The problem, the reason that happened is after Matthew Tyler took that shot, he actually just watched instead of getting back into position, and that allowed the stretch pass and the breakaway opportunity for Shakopee. Big save by Nathan Brandt to bail him out. Go, CC! But I think Matthew Tyler, hoping he saw the puck find its way to the net, instead he just kind of watched a little too long instead of getting back. And the officials are realizing that the net is just not staying on. Of course, Nathan Brandt, not a small goaltender, so anytime he goes hard into a post, it might come off. Face-off won by Spalding. It'll be Girding. Around the wall to Olson. Olson takes a look, make sure he's not going to get bothered. Olson, long pass off the stick of Hokkanen. Now off the wall, back to Girding. Girding will flip it out. And thrown back in. Girding first on it. Girding off the wall to Olson. Olson checked in hard. Good play there by Shakopee. Olson had to get rid of that puck a little sooner than he did. Eventually finds its way to Olson. He'll give it across to Spalding. Spalding trying to get through a check. Taken off the stick, but it bounced to Olson. He'll dump it in, but right back to the defenseman. Now thrown all the way down, or at least to the red line. Good stop and start by Girding. Kurtt tips it in. Now flipped out. It will be Lund with it. Up to Hokkanen, and then Hokkanen and Azanoff collide. Shot saved by Brandt. 10:22 to go in the second period. Stormhawks lead 1-0. This face-off, I think really won by Shakopee, but a good hustle there by Perry. Here's a chance at the top of the slot. Good stick by Lund, and his tip away finds Perry. Perry's going to try to get around. Perry around one. Shot off the glove, and loose puck bounces. Now a good pass, backhand pass. Lund trying to find it. Lindell finds it, and what? They called offsides there. That was a weird offsides call. As Shakopee was the only player skating in. That's where those automatic offsides things are really annoying. Flipped off the glass. Johnson will chase it in the corner. Goes in a little awkwardly into the corner. Looking for some help from Kurtt. Got to stay on the defensive side of the puck. Here's Azanoff. Azanoff tried to go cross ice. That's picked off. Turnaround shot. Goes wide. Now to the left circle. Picked up by Lindell. Lindell. A little behind Azanoff. He'll have to chase it down. He keeps it in and absorbs a check. Shakopee to regroup. Johnson will intercept at the blue line. Gives it down to Kurtt. Hops over his stick. And the pace. Appears some internet issues here. Still 1-0. Hrotmatka ridden into the wall. And the pace is just, you can kind of feel it just slowing a little bit, which is not good for Chaska Chanhassen. I think you want to see Chaska Chanhassen be the aggressors, be the ones skating. Good pressure there by Kurtt, feeding. Oh, Hrotmatka, and it just hopped over his stick. Otherwise, it's a 2-on-1 with Kurtt. Now Hrotmatka gets it, pocket neutralized. Hrotmatka in, pass across, just a little behind Palmquist. Palmquist had opened up for a shot, and his pass was just a little behind him. Hrotmatka down to Palmquist. Palmquist bothered. Now he'll throw it back to Hrotmatka in the corner. He tries to bring it out in front. Bothered by a couple of Sabres. Now it's Palmquist fighting through a check. He goes down. No penalty. It shouldn't have been a penalty. Bigglebach will squeeze off. The attacker, here's a chance for Shakopee coming the other direction. Down in the corner, shot off the side of the net. It's like a no-look shot pass that found its way pretty quickly to the side of the net. Hrotmatka 1-on-2. Has Bigglebach going to the net. Hrotmatka comes in, shoots, misses the net. It's going to slide all the way up to the left point. Can Tyler hold? He does. Good hold by Tyler. Normally, you're not able to really keep it in after that. Good job by Matthew Tyler to slow up any chance. They're going to call a penalty there. That was like an anticipated penalty by the official. And let's see what they call. They're going to call what? Cross-checking. Okay. All right. So first penalty of the game for Chaska Chanhassen. It's going to be Holden Palmquist going for cross-checking. I'm not sure I totally agree with that. That was a big player taking a smaller player into the wall. And so Shakopee with their first power play of the game. 7:20 to go, so we're a little over halfway through this game. Face-off one back, off the wall, but not out, the official says. Kept in by the Sabres. Comes right on in front, sharp angle shot stopped by Brandt. He closed that off and then got his glove down. Have a face-off to his right. There's a puck that found its way to the side of the net, kind of kicked away by Brandt. Now pass in front, that's off a couple of sticks. Finds its way to the right point. It's just going to swipe it in. It'll be Lund first on it. Lund up the wall, hoping it bounces to Olson. Instead, it comes to Shakopee. Here's a chance. Across, looking for a weak side pass across, and now it'll be Bigglebach to pick it up. Bigglebach has Olson streaking through the middle, gives it to him. Olson fighting through a stick check. Now across, and that wasn't Bigglebach, that was Hokkanen. Here's a shot by Lund, blocker save. Lund wisely gets back on defense. Stormhawk kind of in a dangerous position, having two players deep right now, killing a penalty, but if they're going to keep the puck in the zone, that's fine. And I think Hokkanen heard it. He said, told Hokkanen to back off. He was doing the right thing if we're skating 5-on-5, but on the penalty kill, he didn't. That wasn't the best step up by Hokkanen there. Here comes Shakopee. Down deep on the right side. Sticked away by Girding, and then shot tipped away by Brandt. It's a pass, flutters eventually to Spalding. Spalding's going to go around Brandt, try to throw it up the wall, kind of fanned on it a little bit. Spalding will regather, try to find its way out. Still with it are the Sabres. Now down the left side, turnaround pass off the stick of Spalding. Up to the right point. Back down along the wall. Shot saved by Brandt. I think it found its way to him. Hokkanen's been out there for the entire penalty kill, I believe. He can't find his way to the bench on the long change second period. Hokkanen ridden to the ground as he tried to get to the puck. And as he's fatigued at the end of a shift, long shot, sticked away by Brandt, and an icing would not be the worst thing in the world right now. Picked up by Perry. Perry will find its way to the red line, allowing Hokkanen to finally get off. There's a shot saved by the goaltender, blocker save. Perry will touch it down for Spalding. Spalding tried to slow up and come to the other direction. Now it's going to go on along the wall to Lindell. His shot goes off a stick and off the end wall. Ooh, awkward. Shakopee going into the wall there, into the skates. Looks like he's okay. Here's Lindell. Now into the corner. Perry and Azanoff hope to come out with it. Instead, it bounces to the Sabres. They'll skate out with 4.5 to go. Johnson steps up, and he miscalculated, but he had help back. The shot, save, rebound, sitting in the crease, and then thrown out by Kurtt. And that's not a bad icing. With 4:15 to go in the second period, Chaska Chanhassen leads 1-0. Shots are 15-13 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. Stormhawks successfully killed off the first power play that they've had to face. I think Sean Hokkanen was out there for the entire 2 minutes. Perry gets around one defenseman. He's going to go on 3-on-1. Perry in. Shoots. Save. Azanoff. Oh, had a great chance to get his first goal of the season. Just missed the open net on the weak side. Now Shakopee back on the attack. Down the left side. Pass in front, broken up by Lindell. It bounces to Johnson. Johnson will just flip it out. Nice play by Johnson. I don't think we'll have icing here. And Kurtt will hustle down. Try to slow up the rush. Up the near side. One touch pass. That might have been offsides. Kurtt will get the loose puck there. And a little head of steam up the right side. He can get around this defenseman. I think he does. Kurtt in. Shoots. Hits the post. Rebound to Palmquist. Turnaround shot by Hrotmatka doesn't find its way there. Then a pass by Palmquist doesn't find Kurtt. Palmquist still with it. Pass in front. Kurtt can't get a stick on it. Kept in by Bigglebach. Kurtt jumps over the puck and goes for a change. With about 3 minutes to play. Thrown up and out. It'll be Tyler in his own zone to get control. Tyler over to Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka is hit into the wall. Gets the puck in deep. And then it's thrown all the way down. I think it's going to be on net. Nope. Yep, on net. So no icing. But the Sabres are needing a change. So hopefully this means a breakout opportunity. Bigglebach has got more speed than the other player, so he's going to go in. Bigglebach coast to coast again. Bigglebach still with it. Bigglebach got the puck to the front of the net, but didn't have control to get a shot. There's a pass off the goaltender. Then it's in! Tyler shoots! And I don't know who got it. It was either Tyler or Hrotmatka. Tyler might have got a stick on it, or Hrotmatka might have got a stick on it. I'm not sure. If it was Tyler, it's his first of the season. I think it had to have been deflected by Hrotmatka. He pointed at Matthew Tyler, so we're going to have to find out after the game who got that. It's 2-0. Here's a chance. Olson in. Olson scores! Nice little toe drag, literally seconds off the face-off, and it's 3-0. Well, I'm trying to figure out who scored that last goal. The Stormhawks didn't care. They said, let's just get another one. That's Olson's 15th of the season. It's either Hrotmatka's 26th or Tyler's first. One of the two. I have a feeling it's Tyler Hrotmatka's goal, but he might want to give it to Matthew Tyler. Here's a chance in front. Olson again, his shot going wide. Then a shot, it's in! The floodgates have opened, kind of from behind the net. It's Sean Hokkanen. Behind the goal line extended, Hokkanen finds the post from a sharp angle. That's Hokkanen's 10th of the season, and I can hardly keep up. It's 4-0 with 1:58 to go. 3 goals in about 20 seconds. And the Stormhawks, when they play with pace, here's another chance right on in front. Comes by. Now Lund. Shakopee back on the attack. Good back check by Lund to slow up that rush. And a pass finds its way all the way through the top of the crease. Loose puck behind it will be Girding on it. Girding will throw it around the wall for Hokkanen. Hops right over his stick, the bouncing puck along the wall. Turnaround pass, intercepted, Girding with it. Off the end wall, gets it to Spalding. Spalding up to Hokkanen. Hokkanen can feel pressure coming, just tipped it. There's a shot blocked. Now a pass will be intercepted by Hokkanen. Hokkanen will try to give it to Spalding, a little behind him. Spalding kicks it ahead. Spalding still reaching for it, gets it in the zone, and goes for a change.
Go, KK!
Kurtt almost intercepting a clearing attempt at neutral ice. Trying to get around Lindell there, but couldn't quite get the angle. And a good stick by Kurtt to get the puck to Azanoff. Azanoff off the end wall back to Lindell with 35 seconds to go in the second period. Pass across, gets by both Kurtt and Lindell, or Azanoff. And now throwing all the way down. They're going to wave icing. It's probably a good wave off, as it was just on one side of the red. You could have argued that he didn't get the red line there. There's Azanoff. Azanoff tried to feed it ahead to Perry. Perry will pick up a puck and swipe it in, but Sabres with it. Back on the attack with under 10 to play. Bouncing puck, kind of a weird little bouncing puck. It found its way onto Brandt. And that will do it for the second period. Stormhawks open the floodgates in about a 30-second period to take a 4-0 lead after 2. Shots on the board, 22-15 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. So that second goal, I believe it was the second goal. It's really hard to keep track. The second goal was a shot by Matthew Tyler. I think was just barely deflected by Tyler Hrotmatka on its way. So we're going to assume it was him until we get told otherwise after the game. Chaska Chanhassen leading 4-0 after 2 periods. 4 different goal scorers. And Stormhawks, this is a must-win game if they hope to stay in the top 6 in District 6 play. Again, the top 4 will advance automatically to the double elimination portion of the District 6 playoffs. The 5 and 6 seed teams will have to play 1 single elimination game. And everybody below that will have to play at least 1. And in some cases, I think 3 single elimination games if they were to advance that far. So Chaska Chanhassen needing this win and needing a win next week against Waconia to guarantee themselves a spot in the top 6. Shakopee with control off the faceoff. Will go D to D. And a pass through the neutral zone will be picked up by Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka will swipe it in. And then it's fed out for Johnson. Johnson skated kind of right into trouble there and lost his glove. There's a long shot saved by Brandt. It'll be Palmquist. Palmquist, nice pass right onto the stick of Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka could totally tell that he was not going to be able to get to the net there, so he slowed up and dumped it in, allowing the forecheck to take place. Intercepted Just inside the blue line by Hrotmatka, then kept in by Lindell, then thrown out by the Sabres. And they'll go on the attack, 1-on-1. Comes right in, never got a shot off, as Johnson and Lindell were there to defend that. Hold the wall there. Shakopee does keep it in. Stormhawks looking to dig it out. Hrotmatka looking for it. And it's swept out. No, now it's Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka maybe 2-on-1 with Palmquist. Rolling puck. Hrotmatka protecting. Hrotmatka, it's almost a turnaround pass to Palmquist. Palmquist had slid to his side. If he had stayed on the near side, maybe a chance there, but I think it would have been behind him. There's a shot. That was an interesting goal. I think that shot was going wide, and it took a left-hand turn past the glove of Nathan Brandt. Well, that'll be an interesting one to watch again. It's 4-1 with 13:37. That's exactly what Shakopee needed here in the third period. That was a weird one. I think off the stick, that shot was going wide, and then I think it was a little on edge, and it kind of took a left-hand turn off of one bounce, and it got under the glove of Brandt, and it's 4-1. So maybe Shakopee able to turn the tides a little bit here. Thrown out by Olson. They say no icing. I'm not sure why. Hrotmatka, good pressure there to slow up any rush. Hrotmatka will pin it to the side. Here's Olson. Olson at the near side. Olson protecting the puck. Has it taken off his stick. He'll chase it down. And loose puck now to Olson. Olson in alone. He shoots. He scores! Olson gets a loose puck in the slot and beats the goaltender to the glove side. That's Olson's second of the game and 15th of the season, so they regain the 4-goal lead with 13:04 to go in the third period. Stormhawks lead 5-1. Pass in front, intercepted by Tyler. Tyler feeds it up to Perry off his stick and kept in by the Sabres, now to the far corner. Defended by Tyler, now Kurtt. Bouncing puck, it'll be picked up by Perry. Now there's a chance, shot saved by Brandt. Stormhawks have appeared to have a chance to get it out a couple times. Kurtt fighting through a check, 3-on-1. Kurtt down the right side, in, shoots, and he was going for the high corner on the far side, and he missed everything. There's a good chance there for Shakopee now, the other direction. Shot misses the net. Bounce to Tyler. He's pushed into the wall. He fights through that check going around Brandt. It'll be Lund to pick it up. And a penalty coming, I'm not sure who. Interference against, I think, Shakopee? Kind of hard to tell because I think it was Chaska. No, it's going to be Perry that's going to go for interference. Couldn't really tell on that play there. So second power play of the game coming for the Sabres. They're 0-for-1. 5-1, Stormhawks lead with 12:08 to go in the third period. Face-off one, it'll be flipped out by Johnson. And Shakopee slow to get to the puck there, killing a little time for the Stormhawks. Intercepted by Palmquist. Palmquist will give it back to Lindell. Lindell will try to flip it out. High stick call coming. Nope, Wiseman touched it first. He'll get it all the way down. Icing will be waived. Here come the Sabres. Drop pass. Top of the left circle. Shot. Save. Rebound. Misses the net. And then it's backhanded out by Palmquist. We won't have icing as that puck won't get anywhere close to it. Stormhawks go for a partial chain. Connects. Now Hrotmatka along the wall. He's taken off the puck after he got rid of it. And then it's thrown into the Shakopee bench. 37 seconds left to go on the Shakopee power play with 10:45 to go in the third period. Stormhawks lead 5-1. Job of Tyler to find that puck off the faceoff. Tyler trying to step around a defenseman. He's stood up. Loose puck. It will be Olson. Olson will just throw it in deep as he's killing a penalty, so he didn't really have much options there. Now a long pass, finding its way into Stormhawk territory. Tyler will throw it out. 10 seconds to go on the Dawson Perry minor. Long shot, bounces wide. And that puck had slid out of the zone, and we'll have an offsides as we skate 5-on-5 again. Shakopee with control, dumps it in with 10 minutes to play. Bigglebach eventually gets control in the corner. Now goes to Azanoff. Azanoff tried to one-touch pass to Kurtt, and he didn't get much on it. Tyler across to Azanoff. Azanoff's pass is going to split the D and come all the way down. Perry's going to chase. I don't think we're going to have icing. We won't. Good rush by, dangerous play by Perry. Touch the puck. And he touches it, and he's going to get another interference call, I think. No tripping, either way. He didn't need to do it. He had his hustle was excellent there. He did not need to play the body at all. And instead he takes out the players that he was racing. Little too aggressive when he didn't need to be. He was going to at least have a 50-50 puck, if not win the race. And instead he sends the Stormhawks back on the penalty kill. Azanoff with it, tried to get it up to Kurtt. Kurtt does get it and gets it out to neutral ice. He'll try to chase, and it'll be Shakopee now in their own zone. Back on the attack, defended by Girding. Good shoulder by Girding. He's going to keep the puck, try to keep the puck in the corner. Still in the corner. Pass to the side of the net, pass across, misses. Everything goes into the far corner. Now up to the right point. Down the wall. Now behind. Looking for that give and go. Pass across, and that's broken up. Stormhawks read that. Kurtt whacks at it, gets it all the way down, and we'll have an icing, and that's okay. As those players were out there for a while, and they'll go for a change. With 8:48 to go in the third period, Stormhawks lead 5-1. 1:13 to go in the Shakopee power play. They are 0 for 2 to this point, I think. Weisenen comes up with a loose puck. Weisenen will flip it in. Getting help from Palmquist, comes off his skate. Try to chase it down before Shakopee can get to it, and he does. Palmquist, good race for the puck and allowing him the penalty kill to force Shakopee to go 200 feet. Now there's almost a turnover to Palmquist and almost a hooking against Palmquist. Shakopee stood up there by Johnson. Johnson, I tell you, he's not the biggest player, but he does not step down to any bigger player on the ice. And we're going to have penalties coming against Johnson. Johnson battling in front. You don't see that called very often, as players in front battling. And I think I could hear Coach Chad Lindell say it's been happening all game, and now you call it. So they're going to call interference on Johnson. You see that happen literally every play, where the players that are in front are jockeying for position. And this time they called it. That's interesting. So a 5-on-3 power play for about 15 seconds for Shakopee. They need something to happen here. Into the zone. And picked up by Brandt. There'll be 2 seconds left. So the 5-on-3 is essentially over, although Perry will have to come out of the box. I'm guessing he'll go to the bench and be replaced by maybe Olson or Hrotmatka. There's a draw, and it's Hrotmatka that will get the loose puck. Hrotmatka will flip it out, and it did come out. So 1:30 of power play time, 5-on-4 power play time. It'll be Hokkanen and Hrotmatka. whacked out by Palmquist. So because we have Johnson in the box, a defenseman, Palmquist is going to serve as a defenseman here for this penalty kill, or at least the start of it. Hokkanen lost the puck on his way in. Shakopee back up on the attack. Cuts to the middle, drops it to the top of the left circle. Now to the slot, long shot, tipped around. Backhanded, saved by Brandt, and it finds its way to his arms, and he gobbles it up. Brandt was sprawled out. The shot came low, and he saved it with his right pad, and then it bounced right into his hands. And he got the save with 7:01 to go, and we'll have a face-off, power play face-off for the Sabres to the right of Nathan Brandt. Eventually slides out of the zone. Hokkanen dumps it in with 48 seconds left to go on the penalty. Hrotmatka stick handles around one and then dumps it in deep, allowing Hokkanen to get on it. Into the skates of a Shakopee player, but he's killing time. Loose puck will eventually find its way to neutral ice, but it's Hrotmatka. He'll go across to Palmquist, or is that... Sorry, that's Lindell. Lindell in. 1-on-4. Long shot. Save. Lindell 1-on-4 there. He had no other opportunity except to throw it on net, which is never a bad play, of course, especially as he's at the end of his shift. 19 seconds left to go on the Quinn Johnson questionable interference call. Shakopee will get it out with 10 seconds left to go on the power play. Loose puck will be picked up by Bigglebach. Bigglebach around the wall to Olson. Olson cut to the middle, but lost it off of his stick as Johnson comes out, and we're skating 5-on-5, and the Sabres are 0 for 3, I believe, on the power play. Here's Tyler. Tyler off the wall, looking for Olson, just a little out of his reach. And Perry with some good pressure. Perry 2-on-1 with Olson. Shot, he goes wide. He puts his arms up like, what was that? Now a long shot by Bigglebach going wide, now into the far corner. Perry with it. Perry down deep for Olson. Olson right on in front for Spalding. Loose puck at the side of the net. And where is it? Finds its way around the back and then thrown all the way down. We'll see if it's icing. I think it'll skip by everybody. No, they're going to wave icing. The dirty ice allowed Tyler to get onto it. With 5:15 to go in the third period, Stormhawks lead 5-1. Good stick by Azanoff. Azanoff tried to touch it ahead to Spalding, just a little out of his reach. Now it comes to Perry. We'll go back and forth through the neutral zone. Perry trying to get along the near wall. Here come the Sabres on the attack. Looking for a wraparound. Pass in front. They score. 5-2 with 4:41 to go. Nice little play. They got around the back of the net, and nobody picked up the player in front. Got to at least pick up his stick, and the Stormhawks didn't do that. And it's 5-2 with 4:41. I think a little too much puck watching on that goal. Stormhawks kind of watched the player with the puck and didn't see what his options were. And that resulted in the puck in the back of the net. And, you know, there's enough time for Shakopee to make a bit of a rally here in the last 4 minutes of this game. So Chaska Chanhassen cannot sit back. They have carried, I have to say, the pace of this game largely. Here's Girding. Girding in the skates of Azanoff. He wisely just gets it out. Azanoff keeps it in. Kurtt getting a little, trying to help out. Knocks it down a little deeper. And now it's thrown all the way out. Cross ice. 2-on-1, kind of. Pass across. Here they come in. They score. There it is. A little too lackadaisical were the Stormhawks there. And they're also going for a change behind the play, which wasn't the best change. And it's 5-3 with 3:59 to go. You can kind of feel it a little bit after that goal. Shakopee can feel the momentum coming their way. Chaska Chanhassen cannot sit back. And we have a whistle for some reason. Hrotmatka off the face-off. Down the right side. Hrotmatka cuts to the middle. Hrotmatka still with it. And it slides off his puck stick before he can get a shot off. Hrotmatka pushed into the wall. Weisenen now chasing. Intercepted by Palmquist. Cross to Hrotmatka. Hrotmatka, his shot. Didn't get much on it. Kind of blocked. Now here's a chance for Shakopee. Coming the other direction. Hrotmatka will gather, go behind Brandt. Leave for Palmquist. Sorry, that's Lindell. Off the wall. Good pressure there by Palmquist, but he couldn't get his possession. Here's a chance for Shakopee coming the other direction. Kind of a 2-on-1 pass across. Sticked away by Brandt. Now Johnson with it with 3:07 to play in the third period. Stormhawks lead 5-3. Johnson will dump it in, and most players will go for a change. Push around the wall. Palmquist looking to stop the rush. Comes all the way out to Bigglebach. Bigglebach stick handling along the red line. Around a couple of Sabres, and he'll hoist it in deep. Spalding finding the puck. Spalding out in front. Bouncing puck. Touchdown. It'll be Bigglebach to throw it in deep for Spalding again. Spalding taking a check now around the wall. Taken out. Bigglebach was directing traffic as the Sabres are looking to send a player out of the zone. Here's a great chance for the Sabres. Oh, they shoot over the net. Whoa, that would have been a huge goal for Shakopee. Here's a chance the other direction now. It's Hokkanen. Hokkanen cuts to the middle, and it's taken off of his stick. Now we go back the other direction. Kurtt gets his stick on it. And it's thrown in as the Sabres go for a change. So Tyler. No, don't do that. Just giving the puck away when you do that. Flipped up, and nope, still kept in. Eventually thrown out to safety with 1:49 to go. We're going to have to see when the Shakopee goaltender heads to the bench. Bigglebach off the end wall was going to find Olson. Olson has Perry, and his pass just a little out of the reach of Dawson Perry with 1:35 to go. And it looks like the netminder will head to the bench for the extra attacker. And if it were me, I would maybe call a timeout, get the players out there that you want. I'm going to stick with Kurtt, Azanoff, and Perry. Empty net, so 6-on-5. A little delay as Brandt was getting his equipment in order. Shakopee wins that faceoff. D-to-D pass, and it's kicked out. Here's a chance for Perry to ice the game. Perry in, shoots, scores! Empty net goal for Dawson Perry with 1:26 to go. And it's 6-3 Stormhawks. Perry's 15th of the season and second in as many nights. And that's the identical score to last weekend, although it was the other way around as Shakopee won 6-3. Flipped out by Lindell. Azanoff chasing. Dumped in by the Sabres. And thrown out to safety with 1:12 to play. The netminder inches his way out of the crease. And I think he'll head to the box. Or no, he won't. To the blue line, not out. And eventually does come out to Perry. Perry looking for his second empty net goal. He has it taken off his stick. Johnson will flip it up and off the glass to neutral ice with 48 seconds to play. Through the middle of the ice into Kurt's skates. He'll just dump it out of the zone. And then thrown into the Stormhawk bench with 39.3 to go. And we'll have a face-off at center ice. Tyler to Hrotmatka in neutral ice. Long shot, tipped and in. That's definitely Tyler Hrotmatka's goal. We don't know about his earlier one. We'll have to find out. So that's definitely Tyler Hrotmatka's team leading 26th of the season. Could have been his 27th. Not sure. It's 7-3 Stormhawks with 28.3 to go. Hrotmatka off the face-off, into the zone. Fights through a check, cuts to the middle, pass across. Shot, one-time shot by Palmquist, and a nice save by the netminder. Feels like Chaska Chanhassen took their foot off the gas for a little bit, and that allowed Shakopee back into it. Since getting those empty net goals, they're like, oh, let's get some more. Lund at neutral ice. Steps around one. Saber into the attacking zone. Lund, his shot goes behind. 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. Stormhawks win 7-3. They moved to 7-6-2 in District 6 play. 18-14-7 on the year. For at least a moment, they'll move ahead of Minnetonka in the standings. They'll get 28 points to move into 5th place. Minnetonka, I believe, is playing Edina, so at least on paper, that's a loss for Minnetonka. And they'll have, assuming they get their fair play point, they'll have 27. So as of right now, I'd assume Chaska Chanhassen in 5th place. Shakopee falls to 4-10-1 in District 6 play. Goals today by Kieran Kurtt, Dawson Perry, perhaps 2 by Tyler Hrotmatka, 2 by Olson, 1 by Hokkanen. If it wasn't Hrotmatka with 2, it was Olson with the other 1. Stormhawks win 7-3. Shots on the board, 30-24 in favor of Chaska Chanhassen. And we'll see you next weekend for the final District 6 game of the season as the Stormhawks take on Waconia in Waconia at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And then it's District 6 playoff time. Stormhawks will play either the 18th or the 19th in their first game. This game brought to you by EdgeTech Hockey. Thanks for watching today, and we'll see you for the final game of some players, including my son's CCHA career potentially, as they head to the high school ranks, maybe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.